Next quarterfinal, the Fishbowl Cup continues when Towers of Doom our first map, and this time we have two Korean teams that go up against each other. The Crying Kitties against the Power Rangers. Now, the Crying Kitties aren't actually called the Crying Kitties. For some reason, they're called TWT, which is apparently a Korean crying emote. And their logo is a kitty, so we just called them the Crying Kitties. Some of those team names don't really make a whole lot of sense. Maybe there's a little bit of a meme story behind it. But again, either way, that makes way more sense. So yeah, they're going for a bit of a cry setup. You could also call it Team Kyoja against Team Reset. Whatever you want to call it. We have Towers of Doom as our first map. This is the second quarterfinal that we have within the tournament. And should be a little bit of a different dynamic that we have here. A lot of the guys that we see here should be a bit familiar. I mean, we have Capybara over here, for example, on the red team side and some other stuff. So, yeah, we'll check it out. Okay, so we got Kyoja on the left side, and this time they're banning out Junkrat and also Malfurion. We have the quick bans also on Vala and on Hogger, now that we're here in Towers. Especially after the first series, I'm a bit curious to see if the priority picks for them, or if like the picks in general are going to be completely different here. It's always a little bit hard to tell when you're coming from more of the Western meta over to the Eastern meta to see what kind of adjustments are being made then. But, well, for now it's Tychus that gets the first pick here for Towers of Doom. Can, of course, with Odin easily push in and try to check that up. And here comes Ana plus Garrosh. Okay. It's a very, very different approach to the opening here than we see in a lot of other games there, at least. Yeah, we haven't... It's kind of funny. For someone that casts mainly European and I would say like Summon A games, not seeing a single Rexa throughout all of this up to this point is a little bit nuts. But at least the priorities on Sonya and on Hogger are also here. Another hero, by the way, that hasn't been touched even a single time throughout all of this is Uther, for example. So Uther is a very, very common ban right now on the European side, and if not banned, then he's oftentimes taken, and they completely ignore it. This is also the first involvement of Vanuburak that we've now seen here, so good to see that we still have that. Lucio made it through the draft. In most of the other matches, he was banned out. And, well, that leaves us with a final ban for the series. Could try to ban out some of the damage, obviously, considering that they already have the main tank and the support. What else is there? Side lane, I guess. Yeah, and it's the side lane they're focusing on. Okay, so they're banning out Malthael. And, yeah, what else? I kind of want to see them, you know, with like one of the... Okay, we get D.Va. D.Va and Jimmy. First time Jimmy here in the tournament too. I mean, it's not like we had too many matches, right? We had 3 games. 1 match. 1 quarterfinal was played so far. And the Chinese have advanced. Now Diablo comes in. Capybara. Locking that one in. Okay. What are we getting for reset? Give me Genji, come on. Just do it. Ah, Sylvanas. I'll take Sylvanas. Sylvanas is fine too. Doesn't have to be Genji, but still. Okay, that leaves us with one last pick as we're heading into our second quarterfinal here. Tournament is going to spread out over 3 days in total, so we're going to catch all the action. This is a single elimination system. There's $2,500 on the line in total for the players here. Yeah, the Fishbowl Cup, everybody. Towers of Doom kicking our second second quarterfinal off. We're not that far in. And here is Chromie. Okay, that sets us up. Game number 1. Let's jump in without further ado as we have the Crying Kittens going up against the Power Rangers. Game number 1, the Crying Kittens against the Power Rangers, everybody. On the left side, Kyoja on D.Va, Samad on Chromie, Praise the Sun on Ana, Hebin on Garrosh, and Pandagom on Jimmy. Going straight into the stacking, so we got some lone talents in the action. Capybara is playing Diablo, Reset on Tychus. We have Gamey on Sylvanas, Wiz on Sonya. And we got Lucio in there as well. Kuru. No, what is that? Kurum? Okay. Durum? No, Kurum. Okay, yeah, my Hangul is a little bit rusty. It's been a while since I lived in Seoul. But anyways, the Fishbowl Cup continues. Again, the official name is League. I have no idea why Koreans call everything a league, because this isn't a league, this is a tournament. But some people were also confused on why it's called the Fishbowl Cup, and honestly, myself included. Now, as you can see, they did a fantastic job with at least the logo. That one was just glorious. I mean, I saw that and I was like, that's a win. But also, I kind of misunderstood a bit. I know that the sponsor was FiSH, but I thought it was a company. And it dawned on me then later, after he even joined chat, that it is a privately hosted event. So he popped in the money for this thing, and yeah, big shout out to them. So big shout out to the FiSH. Anyways, top side, our 1 versus 1 is going to be between Wiz and Kyoja, as we have Sonya moving on to face off against D.Va, who's playing to win as usual. And the camps are being attacked at the 1 minute mark, so once that the pumpkins are up, let's go. Had a lot of map diversity here up to this point. 4th map, 4 times different. Lone talents are something that we're going to keep our eyes on. And in case that you are not really familiar with the concept just yet, Blizzard introduced it in the last patch. So I highlighted it a little bit earlier. He went for it on his level 1 pretty much. You are starting with the full value on the talent, and every single death that you have reduces it a bit. So technically it's a reverse quest, so to say. So you don't want to die. Preventing people from dying is, I guess, always a good thing. At the same time, it means that you have the power spike on the lone, at least, at the beginning. Generally, Reyna is a really trustworthy guy, so I can understand how his credit score is high enough that he got the lone, but he will have to prove over time that he's really worthy of it and not die here. 5 stacks already on his, and yeah, slam setup for Sonya. I mean, it's pretty much the same setup here with both of the teams rotating, having one hero rotate between the lanes. But the bot lane, that one is set up for some pressure. There it is. So, meantime, Wiz is rotating over. And in the spirit of the current event, of course, going full Overwatch on all of this one. 8 stacks for Chromie, our little sand dwarf here. I mean, Chromie, she doesn't really make it into many games, so yeah. Good on Chromie. Nicely done. She's definitely happy about it, I can tell you. Yay! Then again, nobody likes her. That's why she's getting slapped around all the time. Problem is, she kinda likes it a little bit, so yeah. Either way, yeah, we have it as usual. So a little bit of gnome sex over here, apparently, but yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, with all of that, we now got 0 kills in the game, but this is triple altar phase, and that's where the party starts, baby. It's time to rock and roll. Alright. At the top, are they gonna really try to go for the 2? Reset is already sitting tight. Can they? No, they're letting this one slide. Apparently they're just like, let's go. Red team is trying to go for some structural damage instead of making a move for the objective. They are gonna be totally fine with only taking 1 of the altars, as it seems. So they're locking in the top right, and that's 36 to 32. No 42-0 in this one. Okay. Down to the bottom of the map. There we go. Yeah, maybe. It looked like they were trying to push. And yeah, now they're getting some structural damage in. But there's the party. Straight up at the top as D.Va gets attacked. Kyoja! Run, baby, run. No, D.Va is down. That's the first blood in the game. And yeah, they got the kill. Goodbye, sweet prince. D.Va is always a little bit weird when it comes to the kills, and they killed the pilot, but not the Nexus, only a half kill, so to say. It's always a little bit strange. But anyways, at this point, let's go. Make the play here, maybe for Dibbles. Can they turn it somehow? Can Haben get the hit in? Nah, he can't. Was looking for the flip, but he can't get that. Still a bit of a slow start into all of this, and let's go. Now we have the first one. Bit of a check-up at the... I mean, again... It's always the bot lane, right? You're trying to go for the pumpkin camps and you're trying to just take the bell tower down as quickly as you can. That's one of the reasons why you're taking these over and over. If one team gets a kill at the perfect time and can maybe steal both, then you have enough pressure to try to convert the bell towers and get a bit of an advantage here. But it's always a little bit tricky. As you can see, 0.5 deaths on D.Va. That's why it doesn't really count up at the top for a full one, but the pilot got taken out, so that's pretty much all you can ask for. And of course, at least kicks the death timer in. But now 10,000 damage already for Tychus. He has been a consistent early pick in this one. Europe still likes to play Tychus a lot too, but he is not quite as big a priority as he is in the Asian meta right now. And there it is, the first kill against Jimmy. And they also get Garrosh. Nice. Sweet double kill. And boys, that comes at a perfect opportunity the perfect moment of opportunity, because now they're getting the double channel. 1, 2, Wiz is getting this one as well, and that was nicely done. So that little encounter, perfectly played. I mean, first of all, you're taking one of the lone stacks away from Jimmy with that kill, and then second of all, they get the double altar. Pretty much all that you can ask for here, right? Level 10 abilities are now going to be sooner in their hands as well, so it is a bit of a spiral here. There's a certain amount of momentum that you can build up with plays like this. This is always has been the biggest comeback map in the entire pool. But yep, Jimmy is now a little bit down on the value that he gets out of his level 1 talent, but at least the stacking continues, so that's good for him. And Sonya hasn't made a move yet. We've seen Leap in the previous series a couple of times. The Chinese really playing very aggressively around that. Whereas over here, still keeping his options open. Wiz at the top hasn't really made a move for it just yet. Talking about making moves, they're still trying to take at least some of the structures down. And Kyoja is already very low, so he has to be super careful here. Can always create some space, but if they want to pressure, yeah, the battle tower, they can. There's the leap, as they're trying to make the play. Sonya's in. Whoa! And there's the hit, but well done. Chromie gets saved by Garrosh, but Ana is down. Granny is dead, and Chromie is looking too hot either. The counter kill against Tycho was fantastic, though. And I gotta admit, that is some serious action here. Woo! Diablo is down too, so what looked like a fantastic fight for the Power Rangers very, very quickly turned. And a big part of that was Garrosh. Garrosh coming in with some serious plays, not only saving Chromie, that was the first one, but then also creating kill opportunities for the team, and that was big. By the way, we got here and there. Okay, so that's something that I have not seen in a long time. So there's that. Here and there on the level 13, no timeout for Chromie. Easy shots fired on both sides, 24 to 25. But that's going to make for a very interesting setup on the blue team now. Up to this point, it was the red team that dominated pretty much the entire game. But now, maybe a chance there. Okay. Coming in. Trying to make for the play down here. Maybe against Diablo, but nah. Haben can't get close enough for this one. Alright. There's the damage at. For now, we got the 16,000 for the Chromester. And I have my eyes on Chromie. If you're trying to make those plays, I want to see what he can pull off with this. Uh-oh, Garrosh. Is he going to pay for the big plays earlier? There's the barbecue. Nope, that is not going to do too much. Capybara over here. Was hoping to deliver the kill, lock it in, but nah, he gets attacked right away and needs to back off. So for now, that's an ult down the drain. 70 seconds in the cooldown. Ana went for the boost too, so it's not like they're the only ones who pressed the R button. But yep, down here, there's still gonna be even more action around the next objective. There's level 13 talents now. And it's of course only the opening. It's always kind of weird when you're having the first round a best of 3. These days I'm so used to just everything being best of 5 that it's kind of interesting to have this best of 3 setup, and both of the teams are like, yeah, we're gonna play this first one safe. Let's see first what we got here, how strong they really are, because if we lose the first map, then that's 2 match points. Don't want to deal with that. Level 13 talent with the Windrunner now in. On top of that, we also got the good to go. And Jimmy went into the give me more after Fuel the Rush. Jimmy again with the rework. But there we have our first or next altar. Single altar on the map now. So are we going to draw even in points on the core, or are we having the Power Rangers attacking a little bit? I mean, Power Rangers need to power up a little bit, I suppose. Even talents for the two teams, as everybody's trying to battle for position. And they're going again for Haben here. The flip on Diablo. And Capybara is very much alone in the back line and gets murdered right away. Oh, nice! Great play here by Sylvanas. Reset with a big one. Ana makes it out. Sylvanas gets punished. Yeah, Reset together with Sylvanas. The two of them were able to get the kill in against Chromie. But then Sylvanas dies, but super aggressive play here. And Chromie continues with the build deviation. Going straight into the fast forward here. Okay, cooldown reduction, aiming for that. Channel is up. Interrupts, of course, ready. But here, look at the fight. There's the big jump into the backline. The Chromie kill. Just as Diablo went down too. And now all of them are slowly coming back into the game. But holy hell. That's some aggressive plays. The Sylvanas games that we've seen so far in this tournament have been hyper aggressive. I mean, every single one of them just using the wave to jump in super aggressively, trying to drop the backline. In this case, they indeed did, but they paid the price. Now it's 4 kills against 4 kills, and the objective has been claimed. So, yeah. Still a leading experience for the Power Rangers. Still the early level 15 that they can get here. Reset playing through the bottom of the map now. All the way top side. What do we get here? Wiz. It's experience, but they're stealing the camp away. Choo-choo! Praise the sun at the bottom. I like the toy train. It's not the money pick, but it's pretty cool. And there's the attack. Okay. The tower conversion is close. One got stopped, but still, it's roughly on 50% HP. So as far as bell tower aggression goes, this one is solid. If you have a bit more pressure later on, you can get the kill here. The Power Rangers are playing it slow because they want the level 16 talent advantage before they make the fight. And of course, you would love to just coordinate the attack a little bit better around a single target. But it's getting a little bit tricky. The early game looked great, but now they are suffering a lot more. First and foremost, we got the domination. Jimmy after the... sorry, not Jimmy. Tychus after the Neo Steel coating on level 13. That's now definitely enough survivability. Doesn't make a choice yet here, but with the help of Sylvanas, this is obviously the beautiful thing. If you have Sylvanas and you get any kind of momentum, you can take structures down easily, and that's what they're trying to do here. Level 16 is in. Jimmy comes through with the rallying cry. No paint them red over here, so it's all about the attack speed. And to kick the passive in. Kyoja up at the top. It's a triple altar phase once again. And thanks to the Chromie poke, they're already looking at it at the bottom of the map. Grenade build gets continued with the Titan Grenade, getting the synergy with the level 7 and level 1 talent. But this is the real party. One altar top left, one altar top right. The even exchange between the two of them. 20 points on the core for the two. It's funny to me how so far in the tournament, every single game has been very close. I mean, very, very close. Okay. Jimmy is sitting at 29 stacks now. Diablo's nearly done. And in the middle of the map, trying to go for the attack. Jimmy's helping out a little bit. Pada bing, pada boom, pada gom. Granted, there's an N in there, but again, we're not nitpicking today. It's an early tournament for me. I'm allowed to get away with this shit. The Crying Kittens, TWT. Yeah, Diva, Kyoja, he gets out. The big engage is there. Chromie, 38 points, and she gets away. No, they were so close to a kill, but now everybody's low and they gotta back off. Sylvanas has dodged out into the middle to catch some extra XP, and they're giving up on it. They're giving up on it. They popped all the R buttons. They let Chromie channel. Sylvanas is early at the top lane and is trying to go for the pumpkins now, but the hits connect, and that's 16 on the core now. So, yeah, here we have it. The lead for the blue team. They brought it back. Not only are they now ahead in on the map, because at the bot lane they're taking another camp. They can now try and I mean, honestly, they can take this one if they want to, with Sylvanas top side even more so than before. They're a bit behind in kills and they're a bit behind in experience, but I think that's going to change soon, because all the pumpkins are connecting here, and if they want the bottom bell tower, they're going to get the bottom bell tower. Now, to be fair, the top pressure play from Sylvanas is at least allowing them to take that at any point later on. Don't think they can take it right now, but it is going to suffer a little bit more damage than it already did. Now, same time though, we got 40,000 damage for Tychus. That's all about the camps again. And they are in again. So, there we go. Top side again, rather low. A lot of experience globes here, by the way. Sonya is the one to more rotate down upside. They're still a bit behind XP, and I think they're going to change that soon. But here it is. Conversion on the bell tower. Yeah, it's Jimmy's ult that takes it. And Chromie going straight up for the 20. And using, in this case, the Unraveling. Big fight once again. Barbecue play from Diablo. Everybody's low, but there's the kill against Chromie. Chromie down the nano boosted Jimmy. And Jimmy, even boosted, is not able to withstand that much pressure. Ana is down to kill after kill as they are locking in the big ones against the Crying Kittens. Well done. Yeah, the red team is not just simply rolling over and accepting defeat here, but they have to retake the bell tower now, of course. That's a bit of a nuisance. But really nice fight for them. I mean, first the kill against Chromie was big, and then they make the engage against Jimmy, as you could see here. And after he died, Ana was also way too far out, so they get her too. They're delaying the channel at the bottom a bit until they get the bell tower back. And now they can take this one easy and draw even once again on core points. This is going to drop the blue team down to 16. And the level 20 talent, that's the more important part, I assume. Hellgate is in, Bolt of the Storm, the Summer Anthem is there too. I don't even know what the Summer Anthem is this year. Last year was pretty obvious. Corona, 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 Corona. Da, 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 da. But this year, I have no idea. So, yeah. Is there a Summer Anthem this year? I don't really know. Level 20, please. Every single time I see like a Sonya holding back a level 20, I'm just hoping that we're gonna get some shit like the Crater. I don't think that's gonna be a thing, but it would be kind of funny. Normally, at the end of the day, it's still survivability that they're going for and nothing else. But with the pressure that they can exude on the map now, they could technically still try to go topside and take another bell tower. They have map control. So, let's see what they can go for here. Wait, talking about going for things. I heard that Blizzard now made a statement that they are not hosting a BlizzCon this year. And I was saying it's about safety and stuff. And I was the entire time thinking, most people in the US that want a vaccine can already get a vaccine. We're talking about November here when it comes to BlizzCon. So are you fucking telling me that people that want to get a vaccine by that time can't get one? I find that pretty ridiculous. I mean, it's one way of saying like, yeah guys, with us fucking up over the last couple of years this much, I think nobody's coming anyways, so let's not host BlizzCon this time. That might be a bit too harsh of an outlook, but the cynic in me couldn't really resist, so there it is. Anyways, that was just announced a few days ago, so I thought it was fairly interesting. I don't really buy it. Top side, yeah, Sonya going for the camp as the rest of the team is just desperately trying to hold that bell tower. It's 20 versus 20 talents now, and they're absolutely tight. Nobody has made a play for boss yet either. They bought a bit of time, and I suppose this is going to be converted now, so good for them. Can they time it? I mean, they're not trying, nor should they. They get the safe shots, 4 are in. And that gives them a lead, but if they not... Ooh, actually, they haven't even taken it yet. Yeah, well, there we go. Okay, there's the connect happening. Bam. Easy hit. 5 points. Even if they lose it now, that's only 3 shots against them. So the Power Rangers, they're taking a bit of a lead here. Just a little bit. Well... Camp, that's trying to go... Ooh, one is still alive. That's a shot on the core, boys. That is a shot on the boar. Bing! So yeah, 1 shot in, they're already down to 11. I gotta say, that's pretty sexy. They could drop them down into the single digits now. Okay. What else do we have? There's a couple of hits towards the back. Yeah, Chromie, of course, in a situation like this is absolutely annoying because she can poke you 6 days to Sunday. Without end, it's just like one Chromie barrage after another. She's at 58,000 damage for a reason. They're still playing around that. I mean, this is an important one. If you take it right now, oh, Crater! Yes! The Crater play! And Jimmy is down. Boosted or no boosted, Jimmy is dead. Sonya with a spin to win. Nice play by Garrosh in the attempt to turn it, but they are losing heroes. Now Diablo is low and gets thrown back in. Great job by Haben. Good job, but of course Dibbles is going to be back in just another moment. He was fully stacked on the baseline, and thanks to him having all of these souls, he can make the move back into this. Kyoja is a bit low. Kyoja! There's the kill! Yeah, they are racking them right now. Oh boy, Ana is dead too. Woo! And the leap! They're getting everybody! Chromie with a here and there, but she's dead as well. What a slaughter in this fight. Oh my god, that has to be game. They can go for the mid lane too. First they killed D.Va, then they went for the next kill. Garrosh died, Chromie with a here and there. She's down. They are going for all of it. Bell Tower is getting attacked. They're moving into the middle, so they're converting all of them. They're starting the barrage. He's channeling. I mean, again, I guess they're winning it at this point anyways. At 6 fired, 5 points, and now they can just simply go for the boss. All they gotta do, go for boss right now, and no matter what the crying kittens do, now they have a reason to cry. No matter what they do, they're gonna lose the game here. Very well played. That momentum spike there towards the end. Whew! Sexy. Big hits and a full 5-man wipe. There's even the crater play on the boss, and this is game, everybody. Yeah, full-on checkmate. The 1-0 lead in this best-of-3 series for the Power Rangers as they take the victory on Towers of Doom. Nicely done. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Alrighty, second game. I love this tournament. We had some awesome games in the first match, and now we're in match number 2, and again we have two teams that seem to be evenly matched here. So Battlefield of Eternity is our next map, and now I know what I forgot, because we are indeed not for the second time on Towers of Doom. Nope, we are on Battlefield of Eternity, the map. I wanted to adjust the map, so we're gonna do that right now, but of course at the end of the day it's a little bit of a question of who is gonna take the victory now in map number 2. Are we getting a third game? Yes or no? That's the big one. The Power Rangers with a real nice momentum swing at the end of the game. That was really, really well done. We get Lucio right away banned. He made it through the draft the last time, so that was already a bit surprising. Here's the Sylvanas ban too. In the last series, I was really surprised that the Chinese team could get away with getting Sylvanas time and time again, but again, this time, after she was hyper-aggressive on the first map, blue team just comes in and says, like, you know what, screw this isn't happening. But what else is banned here? Again, I want to highlight the lack of Uther being played, being banned once more, because that is one of the big differences that we have with the European meta right now. With Malfurion banned, it also means that Vala is still up, so you can go for a Vala pick if you want to. And with Battlefield of Eternity, you can go into a multi-shot build over here, for example. It should just change priorities in general of what they're taking. Maybe Jimmy again. But no, we are continuing with Tychus. They really, really like that Tychus. In pretty much every single game so far, Tychus has played a role. And in Europe, he is pretty powerful too, but nowhere near the priority that he gets here at the Korean and Chinese meta. So, there it is. Tychus is the first pick. And how is Team Risa? Ah, Greymane! Yeah, that's another thing that changes. This is another thing when you look at the meta. Now, do we get Greymane on the European side? Yes, kinda, a little bit. Most of the time when you see Greymane, it's with a variant composition or a Nubarak composition with Stukov, and it's something that we could still get for the Power Rangers. But given the fact that it is only the 4th map that we have in the tournament so far, that's actually map 5, sorry. This is the second time that we're seeing Greymane, so a lot more popular. Second, third? Anyways, a lot more popular than what we are seeing on the European side. Anduin is in, and we get Diablo together with it. So, yeah, there's that. Righty. I wouldn't be shocked if the blue team bans out a Nubarak or variant. With Stukov on the other side and Greymane, you want to avoid the one-shot. And I guess Anduin is already a counter pick against it, to make sure that he can't get banned. Because with the Glyph of Faith and everything, a Leap of Faith, he can just like pull the target out. So Nubarak gets banned, yes, that leaves him with Varian. So if they want to go for the one-shot setup, they gotta play around Varian right now. Also avoids, of course, that your healer is getting cocooned. So there can't be a setup with you diving in, trying to set the stun up, cocooning Anduin, and preventing him from pulling the target out. So now the Power Rangers have to think about whether or not they want to go and pick Varian here. But if they want to combo it off with Stukov and they really want to go for a one-shot comp, that's pretty much the best pick they have still. Malthael and Garrosh. Okay, so they're shifting gears a little bit. And Garrosh is pretty powerful with that too. Every single time I see those Garrosh picks, especially on this map, I want to see a Zarya. Now, when Lauber and his team, what was the team name back then? I think it was Lauber's fan club back when they did it. When they started with that Garrosh Zarya with a speed bubble on level 4 to allow Garrosh to run in, that was always awesome. Here's Genji again, and we get Imperius. That leaves us with the last pick. The team in the lead with their final pick for map number 2. Nice setup. They could go into a Zarya if they wanted to, if they want to have that strong 4-man at the bottom of the map, but of course you can still chip in also a different damage dealer here. It's more a question of whether or not you want to go for the combo and really make the entire play centered a little bit more about Garrosh engages. And they go for Thrall in that. They're going full smoke on the last pick. So, Battlefield of Eternity, everybody. We got our lineups. Let's see if the Power Rangers can take it again and win this with a 2-0 to advance to the semifinal. Or if the Crying Kittens TWT is bringing it back now and forces the third game of the series. Prepare yourselves for battle. Let's go. Game on, everybody. We have on the left side the Crying Kittens TWT with Kyoja on Imperius, with Pandagom on Tychus, Praise the Sun on Anu and Hebin on Diablo, and Samad is playing Genji. On the right side of the map, Reset with Thrall. We got, what did I say earlier? Kulum on Stukov, and Wiz on Malthael, with Gamey on Greymane, and Kebibara on Garrosh. Oh, I really need to freshen up on my Hangul a little bit. I'm way too slow on this. Then again, don't really need it anymore all that often. So, Spine Launch on level 1. Okay, Mr. Range Attack over here. They went full melee on the lineup, especially if you have Greymane in the Worgen form. That Stukov at some point said, guys, we need at least one boy in the back line, and it's gonna be me. And look at that! Trash Lightning! Ugh, awesome. Trash Lightning is in. We currently have Thrall in the 4-man rotation, and that is something that you pretty much never see in Europe these days as well. So every single time we have a Thrall, even if it is a Thrall that can join the 4-man rotation, very rarely is Trash Lightning really taken. Pretty much never. So this time we do have it, and the reaction of the blue team is immediate. So the first thing that they do is that they put... No, actually they don't. They only rotate with Genji up for the top lane for a moment, and then they bring him back. So they just wanted to try and poke damage against the solo lane on the other side. Normally what you see happening on the European, for the European teams in a lot of cases, a nice fight over the stun here. That's good stacking material also for Thrall. That's a really nice stacking heavy environment here. And Haben is going to go down. The camp is taken, and there's the kill. The Power Rangers with the big lead. What I wanted to say though is that if you are playing with Thrall, normally what the Europeans do is they will immediately move one of the bottom laners away so that you're playing a 3-2 lineup against the Thrall. And then it's much harder for Thrall to properly stack. As it stands, he already has 3 stacks together. So they're not really doing a great job on the blue team side to deny him stacks. That was also a great opening, of course, for the Power Rangers. They get the camp and they get the kill, which could also lead to them taking both camps. They can rotate some on top side if they want. For now, they're just poking down here at the bottom as best they can, and Thrall is sitting at 4 stacks. Now, if he is able to stack this out, even before the first objective is on the map, he's going to do some serious damage. I mean, Reset is going to really drop the numbers here. With Frostwolf Pack and Trash Lightning, you have, of course, a lot of flexibility on around level 13. You can either go for, 16. You can either go for the additional damage through your Chain Lightning, or simply drop in the Alpha Wolf to try and work on the auto attacks a little bit and get the Wolf connected. The Frostwolf Pack will have to be stacked first. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Piercing Light here on level 1. On level 4, once again. But, well, off we go. We got 5 stacks together for Thrall. He's fast on it. Thrall with 5 stacks already out of the 30 that he needs, and we're only 3 minutes into the game. We haven't seen a lot of fights around the middle of the map, where we're seeing the Immortal now finally spawn the first one. So that's a pretty decent start. And that should also put him into a pretty good amount of damage already, and this is early on. 4,500. Again, not too crazy, we're only level 5, but it's noteworthy that he's able to do this well this early. And they're also hammering down that Immortal. Kind of want to point out that Vala was not taken. So no Monster Hunter setups. Obviously Vala received a rework, so multi-shot build is very powerful, but still on this map you are opting for Arrow usually. Monster Hunter is now hitting a little bit later in the game, but you're getting good stacks on your level 1, so that's also quite impactful. And you're getting the extra bounce, so if you're the only one to dish out damage against the Immortal, it's in a good spot. But we haven't seen a Vala yet on this map. Interesting that they didn't ban or pick her. But here comes the attack against Genji, and yeah, this is a big Immortal. They should be able to take this one. The stacks were lost on Thrall's level 4, but here it is again, sitting at 7 stacks on the level 1 already. And that's some serious, serious damage output that they have. Top side, he got another stack, so he's sitting at 8. I'm a bit afraid, I gotta admit, for the blue team. If that continues, if he completes that, that's the second stack on the Alpha Wolf. They get it with roughly 40% HP. Anduin is down 2. That's a great opening for the Power Rangers. They got the lead in the series, so if they win this one, then the Crying Kittens are out. Then they really have a reason to cry. TWT, the real name. Now, of course, Ancestral Wrath. I mean, mandatory on level 7. And in addition to that, we got the Wizened Duelist. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Topside pressure. Down at the bottom of the map, the 1 versus 1 scenario. Level 7 talents, at least for the defense for the blue team. But it is getting a bit spicy here. Anduin is going for the Blessed Recovery. Let's see if they can recover from that. The Dragon Claw on level 4 for Genji. Samad is the one that has to pressure the backline a little bit more. The Augmented Guard is going to help him to an extent. And they're not able to take the fort down, I assume. But they take down the fountain and they already got the entire wall. Plus they're now nearly a level ahead. So that is a huge, huge lead. Very huge lead. But, well... it's always a chance for comeback. 11 stacks though for Thrall. How much damage does Reset have? He's at 9,000. Compare him and Genji. Compare him and Tychus for that matter. Yeah, so good stacking from Thrall. If he gets more, you really, really need to deny stacking to him. Also, he's sitting at 3 stacks on the level 4 for the Frost Wolf pack. That should be completed at some point, one way or another. I mean, even a good wolf during a big team fight is going to do that for you. So, yeah. And, yeah, they are pushing that forward even further. If you're on the blue team, or if you're a blue team fan, you have to really worry about them a bit. Kyoja and his boys, they need a good engage. They need something to bring them back here. The gap isn't too crazy yet, but it could definitely spiral out of control at some point. There's another opportunity to stack. They're trying to go for the kill. Kyoja's already in a bit of trouble, but he's not the only one. The kill attempt against Greymane, but he makes it out. And Genji jumps in and takes it. Nice. The final hit here. But talking about hits, the Reset gets a few in, but now he becomes the target. And he went in a bit too deep. He completed his quest on level 4. Haben saved by Anduin. Diablo is still alive. So, yep, that's exactly what the kittens needed to do. Come in, get the 2 kills, and now close not only the gap in the experience, but also get a little bit ahead maybe on the objective. They take the camp currently. 13 stacks for Thrall is neat for him. There's the early level 10. We got the barbecue. We got also the Genji engage, because now you can come in with the light bomb. So light bomb on Genji, and then just back into the opponent's backline. Go for the throat is also in. On top of that, we have the commitment by Malthael, as he's moving straight in for the last riot. And Thrall hasn't done anything yet. Sundering for him. There's the Sundering. Okay. They're trying to engage into the back, but there's the problem. Oh, Genji is down. The problem for just a moment for Garrosh, but yeah, they try to get the next kill here. Greymane could get the reset, and Haben goes down. So now we have 16 stacks already for Thrall. And we have them also on top of that with a big victory in the team fight that allows them now to go straight up for the halftime show on the Immortal. The damage output on Thrall is starting to get a bit out of control too. It's not really that crazy yet. I mean, he's roughly at 50%, but we are 8 minutes into the game and he is just stacking so quickly. It's nuts. Now the souls on Diablo, of course, now lost, which makes him a bit of an easier target. But the Power Rangers responding in kind after they lost the last fight is kind of important here. They're bouncing back immediately. And there's another connect. Alright, Garrosh with a taunt against Genji, buying them some extra time too. And another stack for Thrall, and Haben is down. Diablo is dead without the extra souls. He just didn't have the 8-point pool here. Reset is moving out of harm's way. They're still poking down the Immortal, and this is starting to look worse and worse for the kittens. Earlier, when they fell behind, they got the victory in the team fight, and that helped them. But now, that's another big Immortal for the red team. And the situation is made worse just simply by the fact that Thrall is stacking. I mean, the second that he's done with his quest, the Chain Lightning is going to prioritize heroes, and then you can just hit whatever is in range, and you're guaranteed to do damage. And that's the big problem with this. Not only do you have a huge amount of damage output with it just in general, but also the more important part is that heroes get prioritized no matter what you hit, and that just hurts. So he's trying to get a little bit more here. He's sitting at 17, so he only is 13 shy. And the fort should fall. He should get the fort right here. But yep, there it is. Fort is already down. And we will have a talent advantage in just a little bit. Now, seems like they're just gonna let the Immortal do his thing at the bottom of the map and rotate topside to take the next fort down, and there's obviously nothing that can stop them from doing that. I mean, even a rotation of the blue team wouldn't really help. First of all, it's too low already to begin with, and second of all, they can't just simply let the bot lane gate fall without a fight for it. So they took some damage on the tower, but that's about it. Reality is that both of the lanes are now pressured by catapults. Not massively, but still. And the level 13 talents are of course in. And interestingly enough, we get the Lingering Spines. So no virulent reaction here, no attempt at a lockdown, Lingering Spines instead. Adjustments that we've seen a while ago. I mean, it's been some time when we've seen that in Europe. We have seen it before, but virulent reaction is these days pretty much still the go-to choice. Also on level 7, Blizzard again with the sexual innuendo here, the growing infestation. And yeah, red team just totally fine, saying like, yeah guys, we're gonna rotate, we're gonna wait for the next objective. We have the lead in the game. No reason for us to take any stupid fights or anything. So yeah, but here we go. 23,000 damage for Thrall. Tigers is catching up, but I don't think it's going to last once that Thrall is done with his quest. And it's not really given that you're completing Trash Lightning in a game, but given how quickly he has accomplished to hit the 50% marker, unless the game ends first, I think he's going to definitely do that. Now, to be fair, that was a pretty dumb statement, because yes, unless the game ends, he is going to get it eventually, so I think that's always true, but you know what I mean. Unless they're able to get to end the game very, very quickly, he's going to complete it in a reasonable time frame. That's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. That's pretty much what I wanted to say. Reasonable time frame being the important one here, because give me 2 more objectives and I think he locks that in. He's been pretty fast around it. So for now, Genji is dishing out the damage up at the top. They need that light bomb engaged. They need light bomb from Anduin, Genji jumping the backline. I mean, as much as there is a backline, of course. Either go for Stukov or go for Thrall. One of the two. So, yeah, let's see what they can do. This time they're a little bit ahead. But Greymin is a monster on this. So yeah, there's a light bomb and Genji gets nothing out of it. Absolutely nothing. Light bomb connect just wasn't there. We're trying to come in. But maybe now, Genji! Nah, he dies. Genji is down. And Garrosh survives. 18 stacks for Thrall. So he got even more. And this is only going to make things worse, because the top lane is already in trouble. Yeah, they need to come in here. Halftime show has now been taken. Once again, it's the red team that takes the lead. Whew. Yeah, it's tough. Malthael hasn't gotten any stacks yet. They got 6 kills, but Malthael hasn't really had the biggest impact on it. Now, they're going for Reset down here. But Reset is also just turning it around with the Ancestral Wrath, heals himself back up, and stays in the fight. Good connect, another Chain Lightning, another stack. They're turning it on Kyoja, and that last Rights hit is gold. That's a kill. That's kill number 7 in total. That's a stack for Malthael. And Diablo, he's dying too. They're farming them. They're turning this into a farming simulator. The Crying Kittens are once again about to go for the QQ here. That's 20 stacks for Thrall. First stack, as I said, for Malthael. And now they got full map control with the 2. They got the level 16 talents. And it is Alpha Wolf, indeed, that Thrall locks in now. So that threatens Diablo even further. Not only Diablo, but also Imperius, of course. But yeah, it's a bit crazy. That's a 1.5 level lead. A big Immortal through the bot lane. They keep more or less a foregone conclusion that that thing is down the drain. So they're not going to get that, I suppose. But yeah, it's a bit of a tough one. Power Rangers with a very, very good game so far. They're doing extremely well here. They're coming in, swinging. They're going straight for the bot lane now, trying to take them down here. The keep pretty much lost. The talent advantage, the stats advantage. They're 2 levels ahead now. And if they get a chance, they're going to try and end here. If they get a few kills with this, then the blue team is going to be in a real amount of pain here. So far, they haven't managed to take anything down, but they go for the keep. Could also let it slide here. But you still can do some damage, at least to the core, considering that the Immortal is still at 60%. But we're only 14 minutes into the game, so it hasn't scaled that heavily yet. But Garrosh is just looking for that flip. He doesn't get it, though, so good job by the Crying Kittens to always stay at arm's length and not allowing them to close the distance. So they're falling back right now. Everybody's a bit low, but at least they saved the day for now. Shield still up, just a little bit. Here's the level 16, and of course that gives us the Glyph of Faith. 24 stacks now for Thrall, and with that, Thrall is second highest damage in the game. Easily highest damage on this side. On his side, by the way. So, yeah. And Kyoja and his boys, they are in trouble. More than a level behind. Next objective is, I guess, their best shot at making something happen. Because I don't really think that the Power Rangers will have level 20 around the next objective. So it's going to be an even talent fight, or at least it should be. Then again, at the same time, you have now Catapults pressuring the bot lane continuously, and we're 15 minutes in, so slowly but steadily, those things are going to scale and hit harder. And then your core might just be in trouble because of that. Yeah, it's a bit of a difficult situation for the blue team. They had a fairly good first game, and for long stretches, they looked like they could win it and take the lead in the series. But now it just seems that the Power Rangers have not only woken up, but are calling all the shots here. They, from the beginning, dominated this game. There was a one fight where they lost two, I guess. And it looked like the Kittens were coming back. But here comes the objective, and this is the big one. If you don't win this one, then you can more or less kiss the game goodbye. You have to do some serious work here. I mean, this is the focus. This has to be the focus right now. If the red team locks in another objective or kills a fair amount of heroes on the side of the Crying Kittens, then this is more or less a foregone conclusion, unless someone is hardcore inting. And they are with Grayman ripping that hit point pool of the Immortal to shreds. So yeah, there comes a push straight into the Immortal stun. Nice. Barbecue time. Genji gets slapped around just as they were trying to go for the light bomb. Genji is dead. What a kill. First Stukov with a big slap as he comes in and prevents the light bomb from going off in the team. And then they turn it on him, take the Shimada down. And this is just gold. That was such a good play. That was fantastic by Stukov. Really, really well done. And now they can go for the Immortal again. The halftime show is definitely going to end up in their favor. And now the kill potentially against Diablo. That was actually pretty cool. The big throw here. So Garrosh came in and tried to throw him into the team. And then Ando was like, no, you don't. And mid-flight, he zipped him back out and put him back to safety. And that also triggered the last rights on Malthael, because Malthael already assumed that they could now focus on Diablo. So the second that he was mid-flight, the second that Garrosh made the engage and called it, he immediately dropped his ult on him. And that would have been a kill, if not for Anduin. So good job by Anduin. That actually destroyed... This would have been the end of the game. But now, it might still be. Because there's the level 20. Any moment now. They get the experience for level 20. Then they have Storm Talents. And they have, I mean, it's solid. So yeah, here we go. There's the level 20. The timing couldn't be any better. Hunter's blunderbuss is already in. There we go. They make the play. They're trying aggressively. It's a Hail Mary move. You have to jump behind the Immortal, try to get the kill. And if you can, maybe you have a chance. If you don't, then it's over anyways. And there's the connect. There's the stun and there's the kill. Down they go. Garrosh, the first one to fall. The keep is also gone. And they get the kill against Stukov. Stukov down, and so is Garrosh. The Immortal on the way to the core. I guess it's gonna damage it a little, maybe not. It's not a bit of damage against the core is guaranteed, but even that is not a given. Okay, 1%. You took 1% off. Congratulations. But of course, the game is not over yet. It's not like they took a keep in a fort down and can now easily cross the map and end it. No, no, no. Instead, they're even losing one of the camps here. They're still behind. They still have to bridge a level before they hit their own Storm Talents, and they don't have to keep any longer. 26 stacks for reset on his Trash Lightning, on his level 1. 53,000 damage, top damage in the game. Top damage in the game. But yeah, this is one of those Hail Mary moves, and oftentimes they don't work and then you look silly, but in this case they did it well. They dropped behind the Immortal, attacked the team, were able to get the kill in, followed up with the second, and then they defended. It's the only play that he can really make there. It's a huge risk. You're going up against an opponent that has a talent advantage over you. So I would say 9 out of 10 fights, that doesn't really work. But every now and then, you coordinate well enough, your opponent makes a mistake, and then you have the chance to maybe, just maybe, come back in the game. Tigers has not died once here. Tigers and Malta are the only two that haven't died yet in this game. Now, big red button is in. Timing on the objective could not be much better for them. Now, they still need to control the lanes, and this is where the this is the real rub right now. The problem for them is, how do you go for an extended fight in the middle of the map without losing the lanes and having catapults eventually at your core that take your core down? That's the big problem. Now, they tried at the bot lane, of course, to get the camp in, but this one gets defended immediately. We also have the enough fire now in. Let's see what they can do with that. They hadn't had a successful engage with the light bomb yet, I think. And, well, there's the poke chance again. Yeah, I think once that Thrall completes this quest, their chances of winning anything, if there is patience enough on the side of the Power Rangers, slim to none. He ran into the wolf. Alright. Yeah, that wolf turned into a little bit of an ankle biter after all. They went full chihuahua on them. Okay. It's a pain. It's an absolute pain. Reset down here, pushes them back. Taking position is so difficult now, and you gotta deal with the catapults. Tigers is pushing out the top lane for exactly that reason. But that isolates the bottom a little bit. There's the Sundering. Kyoja attack, the last rights, and he's dead. There's the kill and the stack, and we are coming through with the X strikes. Okay. Yeah, gets 2 of those in, but the reset? No, there it is. The counter kill, nice. But Haben finds himself literally in the corner, comes back out. What a battle. Okay, Crying Kittens, they are starting to bring it back here. And a real nice body block there too by Genji. That isolates Garrosh even further, and it leads to another kill. The second kill for the Crying Kittens. Guys, they're actually pulling it off. Yeah, and the top lane isn't even at their core or anything. No, they pushed it out so heavily early on. That's not a problem at all. And Malthael is dead too. No one can stop Death is obviously ready and he's going to be back to business. But these are important kills. Level 21 versus level 21 now. 7 kills to 10. Still not a single fort eliminated on the side of the Power Rangers. But the Crying Kittens are starting to get momentum here and get a bit of headway. So yeah. Good body blocking. Good isolation earlier. Really nice coordination now from them. And that leads to an opportunity to bring it slowly back. Every single fort that you take down now is already a big win. At least you're going to get some catapult counter pressure. Still have to deal with that. But they send Genji back. So it's all good. And Thor is still not done. 28 stacks. 61,000 damage for him. Okay. Yeah, this one is going to take a fort. The question is, can they take more? Can they take more than a fort? And also, they need to deal with the bot lane, because not only catapults, but also camps are pushing now the bottom of the map. Yeah, you can't let this one slide. I mean, technically, you could go for a backdoor, by the way, if you are the Power Rangers. And yeah, they're trying to set something up here. They're all at the bottom of the map. But they can't leave the Immortal completely alone with the top lane either. So Tychus is currently moving in there. Yeah, posturing there was kind of nice. But this is obviously going to do work. So Genji is the one at the bottom of the map dealing with the catapults now. And they're just zoning them away. They're just zoning them away from the Immortal. And hoping for Kyoja. They're coming in, trying to take him down. Catapults, yeah, they do a bit of damage against the Immortal, and finally it has lost the shields and is switching into melee mode. But the fort is already gone. They're doing their best to ensure that it's not going to take the keep either. Bot lane, catapults are now pushing in, but still, that was nicely done. It was a good defense by the Power Rangers. The slow one, they accepted that they're gonna lose the fort no matter what. Thrall, how many stacks? Still at 28. They're doing a bit better, just staying away and not allowing him for stacks. Yeah, but Reset, he's always looking for the next hit. Genji comes in, just as Kyoja is engaging and looking for the stun. It's a spicy one now. I mean, Power Rangers know that they're still very, very much so ahead. But they also know that they can't afford to lose a lot more fights like the last two, or they're going to be in trouble. And there it is, the attack against Reset, and he's dead, and so is Garrosh. The two orcs get killed. Malthael is dead to double catapult on the core though. 25 minutes in, you got to deal with them quickly. And it's going to be Imperius who does that. Here's the attack again, and Stukov is dead too. Guys, they are doing it. They are bringing this back. The Crying Kittens. What on earth? How? 98% on the core for the blue team. Malthael defending the bot lane, taking another catapult down, but the keep at the top is down. And they go for core. Unbelievable. They're really pulling this off. This is insane. 10 kills against 11. This was such a mad lead for the Power Rangers, and they just threw it away. Fantastic comeback by the Crying Kittens. Solid play by them. Yes, Thrall is back in another 5 seconds, and so is Garrosh, but they're just taking this one down. They can A-click it, and that is it. Genji's jumping in too. Thrall never completed his quest either. This is game. We're going game 3. Awesome. Game number 3 incoming here in the quarterfinal. Game number 3. I'm a little bit surprised to be here. Given how the second map went, I would not have bet a single cent on the blue team. They lost every single fight, pretty much until the late game. And then after they already lost their keeps and had nothing to play around with anymore, they all of a sudden started winning battles and were able to turn the tables on the Power Rangers. So the Power Rangers find themselves in this awkward position where they have to go through the third map now. Infernal Shrines is looking at an immediate Vala ban. It's kind of funny to me that on Battlefield of Eternity, where she is a very early pick on the European scene too, she was completely ignored. On Infernal Shrines, she's taken right away. Now, she's obviously fantastic here. The multi-shot build is so strong on Infernal Shrines that I like the ban. It's just that other maps where she was also very good, they did not recognize her in any way, neither as a pick nor a ban. Tychus is this time also banned out, so they don't want to deal with him either. Leaves Lucio up, by the way, since Malfurion is prioritized over him on the ban setup. So now we got Diablo in as our first pick for Infernal Shrines. Diablo and Infernal Shrines is always fun to watch. Most of the Europeans would not pick him in such a high position with such priority, but he's always, of course, something that you at least think about. I mean, this is a great map for him. Lots of opportunities during the objective to get easy kills in. And yeah, Garrosh and Stukov. So they're pretty much flipping their tanks. Last time it was exactly reversed, and they go for the Stukov follow-up. Okay, Sonya and Sylvanas. I'm detecting a little bit of a trend here when we're talking about the Asian meta, about the Koreans and the Chinese on what they are really prioritizing here. And especially the Sylvanas setups are kind of fun. And I guess at this point they locked it in just so they could not ban her out. Jungler gets banned. That leaves us with the last one. Kerrigan! Ah, come on! What a party pooper. Banning Kerrigan here. I don't like it. I don't like it. And there's Greymane. Yeah, the Greymane priority here in the Korean and Chinese meta is definitely much, much higher than what we're seeing in Europe. So, Greymane, what do we get with him? They still need a side laner. Need a bit of wave clear. Hoga is obviously banned, Sonya already taken, so you can go Blaze, you can go Leo, Diva. I've really seen a lot of Blaze games here. Have you seen one? I don't think so. So, there's Kyojo's pick. And the double pick for the red team. It's still funny to me that we're here at all. They must be kind of annoyed. They must be looking at this like, seriously, we gotta play game 3. Can you imagine if they lost now? You win game number 1, you're massively ahead on the second map, and then all of a sudden you lose 2 in a row. God, that would piss me off. Lucio's in, and Kelthas! Ashalanor! Salami! Okay, the Pizza Master is in the house. Kelthas is in the game. And we get some Living Bomb and Flame Strike action. As the last pick is also needed. A little bit more damage for that. So, what do we have? Infernal Shrines. Last pick for the 3rd map. The final map in the quarterfinal. And it's Tacita. Tacita is in. Let's go, everybody. Final map in the best of 3 here at the Fishbowl Cup. Infernal Shrines. Let's go. Game number 3. Let's prepare ourselves for battle here. For the battle for the semifinals. Kyoja on Diva. We got Greymane in the mix this time for them. I mean, they pretty much reversed half the draft here. So Greymane, Garish, and Stukov get this time played by the Crying Kittens. Team TWT, as they're actually called. But again, that's apparently a crying emoji in Korea. And also they went for a kitten as their logo. So that's the Crying Kittens right there. On the right side of the map, as Tacita is chipping some additional damage in for the blue team, we have the Power Rangers with Sonya and Diablo at the front line. Kelthas played by Reset. Sylvanas and Lucio to round the draft out. And Kelthas, of course, coming straight in with the Mana Addict on level 1 right here. Now, Kelthas is going to be interesting to see how they're going to pan this one out. Our little pizza master over here. Our Italian. Mamma mia, pizza, salami, salami. So yeah, he's going to fire things up a little bit today. But we'll see if they can... I mean, the cool thing about running Kelthas is and always was that you have extra CC. It's not only the damage output. First of all, you're spreading your opponent... You're forcing your opponent to spread out a little bit with both the Flame Strike and the Living Bomb. But you also have the Gravity Lapse as a follow-up on any kind of CC that can be pushed in by an opponent. If you stack well on your Mana Addict on level 1, you have a certain amount of survivability thanks to the shield that you can drop. But... on the other hand, he has mobility issues if you compare him to a lot of other damage dealers that he could take in his spot, and that makes it a bit more tricky. So we'll see if he can follow us up, if he can follow up on CC and how they're going to pan this out, but at least for the objective, this is definitely a pretty solid pick here, and we'll see what he can do. But yeah, so Haben gets attacked there too. There's the hit. Alright. And they get the second camp. So out of the 3 camps at the bottom of the map, the blue team now took 2. Of course, the question is, to an extent at least, how impacted the red team is with that loss that they just suffered at the hands of their opponent. But yeah. And let's have at it. Wiz is in. Gotta say, when it comes to Kelthas and pizza, I didn't have a salami pizza in a long time. Currently my favorite is calzone. A good calzone. But, well... of course, Hawaiian pizza with pineapple. One of the best memes is still like when they put a whole pineapple in and they put the pizza slice on top of it. That's one of the best memes, but yeah. I digress. I digress. The pizza master over here. Yes. I gotta say that Spain also makes a pretty mean pizza Diavolo. Spicy pizza is always kind of nice. In Germany, a lot of the kebab shops have that monstrosity that's called like a kebab pizza. And boy, those usually just, I mean, it's just meat. It's just meat. Meat on pizza and spicy sauce. Which, to be fair, you can't really go wrong with. But I wouldn't say that it's necessarily like the most gourmet pizza that you can get out there. So, either way. I mean, just saying. So, with our pizza boy on the other side, I want to see some solid follow-ups on the CC. That's where the Energy Royal also comes in. A bit of a cooldown reduction, so you can hit that a bit more often. You have to stack your level 1 nicely, as I already said. If you have level 10 on the other side and that's not the case, then you're going to be in trouble for sure. I'm going to keep my eye also on Sylvanas, who not only can, of course, do a great job once that they lock in the objective when they're trying to push with it, but at the same time is also super strong if you can set her up on the side lane to push maybe some of the structures down. But yeah, so it seems like at least the kittens on the first objective are going to get a freebie. Nobody's really engaging into it. The Power Rangers just just decided they're going to play a bit more macro, helping the top camp out to take the wall down. And most of the time, the only thing that you get out of the Punisher in the first place is the wall. I mean, sometimes you get the fort, but only normally if you get kills. That's a nice setup though. It's a nice flip, and they get it. That was a beautiful kill. That one was sexy as hell. The teamwork between Tassadar and Garrosh was fantastic, and then Praise the Sun followed up with it when Greymane chipped in the damage. And that's how you get a fort. You get the kill as the objective is up. And because it was so sexy, we're going to look at it again. Look at Garrosh. Look at Garrosh. Garrosh is coming in, sees the opportunity, flips him over, then the fence comes through, they cut him off, and they get the kill. Easy peasy. Fantastic play here by the Kittens. That's a beautiful kill, a fort that they get as a result of it, and now they are in the lead. Again, they pretty much lost the second game, and then they turned it, and now they're in the lead on the third one. If the Power Rangers don't step it up around the next objective, they might really look at a situation where they're losing the series after they already felt they were in the semifinal. Off the wall is in for Lucio. The good vibrations are ready. We have the Sun King's Fury on level 7. Hey, that also kind of nice, so you have the extra spread. Not really all that super common. But yeah, and 10 stacks on the level 1, so he still needs a bit more until he gets the survivability. Teams are on even XP, but off we go. I mean, again, I'm still looking at this and I'm just like, are they really going to win this now? They have a decent lineup, and if Haben is able to make a few more plays like this with his Garrosh and Tassadar follows up with those walls, that would be insane. Also, keep in mind that Virulent Reaction is a real possibility for Stukov, and more likely than not as the level 13 pick. So if they are able to just throw them into the back, and then Stukov follows up, it's not only Tassadar that can really lock him in place, but obviously the rest of the team too. You have Diva around, she can poop the target back, so you have so many options there. And we'll see if they can use them. There's a level 10 abilities. The Twilight Archon is already in. We get the Bullet. Power Rangers are going to have their Power Spike as well. First and foremost, the High Five. All of a sudden, everybody wants to High Five Lucio. And Sonya with the leap already. And the Gravity Labs follow up, and that's a kill. Bam, there's the second one. Just like this, it is the red team again that takes the advantage. Nicely done. Leap comes in on the level 10. Bam! Sonya jumps right away, takes the target down with the help of Khaldor, who uses the Gravity Labs, and then the Diablo engaged with this apocalypse is just perfect. And Khaldor hasn't even taken his level 10 yet. If he holds this a bit longer, then I think we're going to see Pyroblast for real. No Phoenix pick just yet. And there it is, the Phoenix pick. Thank God. Thank you for that. But they take the wall down at the top, so no more vision granted. The fort has already been taken, so structurally they're dead even now. And that was exactly the play that they needed, because it also leads into the next objective here. And it is giving them a bit more confidence. So yeah, good stuff. 6,000 damage for Sonya, 7,000 for Greymane. And here we go. Top side. Do they invade here? There's no way. Nah. Maybe if they would have moved in a bit earlier, because they know that Sylvanas is still at the bottom of the map. With that knowledge, there's always a chance. Sylvanas players that they have exclusively taken Wailing Arrow, by the way. Just drawing a bit of a comparison here with the European and North American meta, where you also see a lot of mind control as follow-ups. Haben hoping for the throw, doesn't get it. And here's the 5 versus 5. It's time to party. Bullet is already out. Diablo gets hit, makes the engage, and the leap on top of it. Big hit. Big hit. Beautiful one. Now, Wiz is about to Wiz himself. Yep, that's the kill right there. Veni VDPP, he came, he saw, and he peed his pants. And they're also getting the drop on Sylvanas. So what started with a fantastic kill against Stukov turns quickly against the red team as they're losing too. And yeah, that's a bit tricky. Look how low everybody is on the blue team. But yeah, that's kind of unfortunate for them. But they still have the fountain, and that's worth a lot. So that was a kill right there. Check it out. I mean, honestly here. The leap at the same moment as Diablo engages, and it's an insta-kill against Stukov. But then it turns against them. But at least the initial opening was quite solid. Now they got the level 13 talents. And all of a sudden, it's 13 versus 13. Each team gets their additional talent. We got the Pyromaniac in for the cooldown reduction. and they moved away from the top once more, not making a play for the objective without their heroic abilities. So they're letting this slide, I suppose, and instead just push with Sylvanas once again to get some extra damage on structures. D.Va is still at the top, so even though the kittens are now starting to deal with it, they got to be careful, because this is still a 5 versus 4 at the end of the day. Yeah, a bit of damage was already done, and maybe they can do the same thing now at the bottom of the map too. All the way up at the top, Punisher's taken. I think I called it an Immortal earlier. Yeah, Punisher's in. Arcane Punisher this time. Yeah, I can tell you one thing. If you have any kind... If you play Diablo and you have hardcore characters... I mean, seriously, who plays softcore? Who plays normal? Screw that. No. If you play hardcore, Arcane Sentries for a long time have been an absolute terror. And have been the pain of your existence. The pain of Sylvanas' existence is the Punisher now. And Lucio dies in the middle as the blue team goes for another 4th drop, and the red team was trying to field the defense, which didn't really work out for them. So, yep, there's that. What else? We got Haben getting attacked here. 1-4 down, second one about to fall. It's a nice back and forth. I mean, every single time a team has a lead, the other team comes in and reverses it, and now the kittens have taken a big advantage again, and they're getting another kill. Ah, beautiful fence play here. Beautiful fence by Tassadar. Honestly, the Donald would be proud. He has so many walls. He's building all the walls. He's fantastic. And then we make the Zerg pay for it. The Protoss is building one wall after another. Fantastic setup. The Donald would hire him in a heartbeat. Half a level until 16, so they got another talented lead if they are there. And yeah, the red team, of course, has to somehow bring this back. And first of all, they got to get the level 16 talent. That's the next one. 27 stacks at least for Reset on his Kelthas. But if I'm Reset, then I'm a little bit worried about what's happening next year. Because they just lost every single fort, which means they have no fountain to fall back on when the next objective is up and running. And yep, we're going to have level 16 talents for both teams, so there's no talent advantage around the objective, but that fountain is still worth a lot. So, there's that. Damage output, 15,000 for Reset, 21,000 for Tassadar. And, well, let's go. Objective is already up. There's the 16 talents. Time to party, baby! 5 kills to 3. And at the bot lane, still protecting the keep here. Safe rotations into the middle. Capybara on his Diablo. There's also the follow-up now from Kelthas. And maybe they can dish out the damage with the extra talents here. The Ignite is ready. So there's that. But I gotta say that they need it. The longer the fight, the better for them, pretty much. So they need a long and drawn-out battle of sustain where they can just chip in with Kelthas over and over again, get the Phoenix out. But if they can go for a snappy kill around the Diablo combo with this Apocalypse, or maybe even the follow-up on Sonya, then it's great too. But generally, when you're having Kelthas, a lot of the damage really comes in long battles. Now, the CC that you provide, that's of course a different story. There you can really help other players to get more bursty damage in and then get kills. It's the beauty of having a combo like this. You have pretty much both approaches to the fight, so that's what they're going to be looking for. But that is now objective number 3, I think. Yep. And this is gonna be, not for all the marbles just yet, but this is gonna be pretty important. Now, big wave at the bottom. Second one coming in with the catapults, so that's kind of important. Might do some damage to the gate. And the red team is taking, I suppose, the early position here. Nah, they're getting completely sniffed out by Tassadar. That's the first thing, as he comes in with the Oracle. So, yeah, now you have to really fight for this one. And they're gonna try. Diablo has so many stun opportunities on this map. This is going to be great for him. But then again, you're looking at Garrosh and you're waiting for the perfect flip. They make the play, the leap. Greymane, he has to die, and he doesn't. He doesn't go down. The leap maybe a second too early. They couldn't get the full connect. The Diablo combo is there. Late Apocalypse, but they kill D.Va. D.Va is at least down. D.Va is dead, and Lucio survives. So they're here to fight another day. But can they lock the objective in? It doesn't look like it. With 35 stacks in favor of the kittens, I don't think it's happening. They're still hoping to make a play here, and they're jumping straight in, but they're going a bit too deep, and it's the end of Diablo. Lord of Terror is down. Not so terrifying right now. Reset! Reset! 80 hit points. And the Gravity Lab saves them before Tacita comes in with another hit. But Sonya is dead. And yeah, Tacita is down. 40 HP on reset. 40 HP for them. But everybody else is still rather low. Here comes Greymane. Gets some connects. But Lucio is saving the day. Oh my god. Sylvanas is down on the other hand. And just as I said, they're saving the day. The opposite happens because now the mid lane is falling. Mid lane is falling. This is the first one that's down. Yeah, it's crazy. The Power Rangers, I guess they're losing this. The keep is gone. Can they go core? I'm not so sure though. It's only 14 minutes into the game. They don't have a talent advantage. The death timers are real low. Unless they get another kill right now, I don't think that's happening just yet. They might get some damage on the core, but I don't think they can end it all here. They will have to retreat. Yeah, and they do. For good reason. It's too early in the game. They just can't make that play yet. So now you got 30,000 damage for Kalthas, 39,000 for Tacita. It's gonna be interesting to see if maybe, just maybe, the Power Rangers come back. Now, they have one light at the end of the tunnel, and that is that for the next objective, they should be holding level 20 talents. So I would be very, very surprised if the next objective would happen with the Crying Kittens having a level 20 advantage over the red team. I don't think that's possible. So you will fight another team fight on eye level. It's kind of good, but we'll see. It should make Kalthas a little bit safer, honestly. But of course, the blue team already has their level 20, and that gives them the Twilight Archon. That in and of itself is already, well, let's call it bad. Titanic Might is in as well, and the pressure play at the bottom of the map now. It's not a good spot for the Power Rangers to be in. Yeah, they want another keep. Half a level until 20. Half a level until 20. And every Heroes of the Storm player, or at least most of them, know the answer to whether or not you should fight in that situation. Exactly. So, yeah, they lose the keep, they give it up. Look at that mid lane pressure. They drop Phoenix here because they have to take that down. They want to end the game right now. Sylvanas jumps in. Big shove against her. So she's out. The core is falling and they have to go for it. They're going for the fight. They're coming straight in. The big leap. But Wiz! Yeah, he gets out. Diablo is not that lucky. That's 2 kills. 45% on the core. This is game unfucking-believable. The Crying Kittens, TWT, they win the series after being miles behind their opponent's team on map number 2. They turn not only Battlefield of Eternity, but also lock in the victory on Infernal Shrines. Great setup. Great setup. Neil Young, thank you also for the sub. Who fit in Neil Young? Thank you guys for the subs. Thank you.